How's it going, guys? This is me, it's myself, and I'm here. And I want to do something that is very rare in this channel, is to be a serious video. I'm going to talk about a bunch of stuff in this video, however long it is. I don't know. It's going to probably be long. So, links, annotations, stuff. About a couple weeks ago, if you follow my Twitter here on the screen, bam. Right. If you follow my Twitter, I was going over old videos, and I watched one, and it was this one right here, in the corner that's playing, which you're not going to be able to see because it's not actually me saying anything. It was the first video that I had done that was me talking to the audience, which is you guys, without saying anything, so it was just yellow text on a black background with some music in the background, and it was called Hiatus something, a life vlog. It was talking about how I just wasn't feeling it. I'm not motivated to do anything. Next couple weeks, there's no videos. Don't be like, oh, well, I guess he's dead, and just move on to somebody else, which I can't really blame you. It basically describes me and how if there were videos, then it'd be like one video and this can be something that I had backlog that I was like, oh, alright, I guess I can upload this. So at that time, like I said, it was 3 years ago, I had maybe 40 to 50 subs, and my last look at the sub count was about like 180. The reason I don't exactly know is because the numbers don't actually show anything. How many subs you have, I don't get 180 views on every video. My god, that would be great if I actually did, but no. That's just how many people have come to your channel and was like, oh, this is pretty cool, I guess I'll put this on my list of stuff to watch when I'm bored. It's pretty much what subscribing to a channel is. At that time, I had made a decision to have 100% transparency about my life, me, my channel, what's going on, stuff I put up here, and my life. But if you go fast forward 3 years now, I really haven't stuck to that because the only couple the vlogs where there was one with me and my brother in the backyard, and we were drinking some 2003 Tropicana Twister thing, and there were chunks in it. It's a funny video, you should go watch it. That one right there. So I did that, or I did the Blue's Clues one. And I did like silly stuff like that. So it's not, or I did for a while I was doing like, oh, I'm gonna go to the park in 0-degree weather and sit on the swings and talk about my channel. That was my attempt to make it more transparent. And then, like, over the 3 years, I noticed it's mainly just on Twitter. And who the fuck follows me on Twitter? So it was mainly on Twitter, and just, alright, and who the hell follows me on Twitter? Like, so, I watched the video, and I felt I didn't feel sad or, like, humbled or anything, but I felt definitely a deep connection that was very, like, solemn to the video. Because I feel like since then I've just been making videos and I'm still just the same guy, when really that is like far from the truth. So I got this video and I was like, oh, I'll just talk about it. And this is the first video in the 5 years that I've made YouTube videos. So I was like, yeah, I'll make this video talking about it, and I made an actual script, which is right here in front of me, like this huge script about everything that's happened in my life so far, and it's a lot of personal stuff, and a lot of stuff misspelled as I'm looking down the page. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just sit on this thing for like a couple days, and then I was like, alright, if I'm gonna make 100% transparency about my channel and what's gone on in my life, What? Why am I even doing this then? This has nothing to do with anything I post on my channel. So why should it be on my channel? This is the question that dawned on me as I was thinking about it, sitting at my computer, probably listening to some music. Like, what does this have to do with anything I post on my channel? It has literally bubkiss to do with anything I've posted on my channel, except for maybe one or two of those videos where I have taken my phone, I have walked barefoot to the park, and I said some ranting crap out of my ass about something Taekwondo, this place I'm wearing the shirt, thing, music I'm releasing, Literally the only 2 videos ever. I obviously don't count the Taekwondo videos that I post. Those are just me on my tests, and they're like, oh, this is things that I've done, and I think they're pretty cool, and you might too, so here you go. I was like, why am I ever going to read off any of this stuff on this script on my video? Because it has nothing to do with any of the games I post here. If I want to be actually 100% transparent that, oh, I was going to do this huge serious thing telling you everything that's gone on in my life that only my best friends and close family know. Like, what does that have to do with games? That has nothing. What does that have to do with music? It has nothing to do with either. Why did I think what went through my head that was like, oh yeah, I can totally talk about this and put it on the internet for everyone to just know? Why did I think that was going to be the perfect thing to start off this super serious video? This super serious video with. Why? It's obviously because I'm a goddamn idiot. That's never gonna change. Oh, stuff that has happened since the 30 years since I posted that video, where I've been depressed and unmotivated, which, going back to that video, after I had made that video, never again had I been that depressed or unmotivated since I made the video. I just bumped the pop filter again since I made it, which says, it doesn't really say a lot because it wasn't to that degree, but it still happens. So the video was a real turning point, and that's, I believe, is the real reason that I originally wanted to make this video, telling everyone, oh, this is all the things, like, oh, I got struck by lightning, did you know that? Fuck no. I can count on my 2 hands how many people know that. That happened fairly recently. It's on this list. So I have stuff since 2012, close to chronological order. Reading down some of the things. Oh, I left where I was living and I returned to the house I grew up in. Whoa. Personal feeling stuff I'm not going to get into, which I say right there, and then I continue to, explain it in detail. And there's some stuff that I've mentioned on my channel, like my black belt test, which is on my channel, learning stuff, streaming, a whole bunch of stuff like that. I talk about my best friend, which I was really stupid when I made it. This is, again, why I have actually thought of making scripts in the past for the music videos, for when I do vlogs and stuff outside, and this is the type of shit that I was afraid was going to happen. I'm going to look at it a week after I write it and go, what the fuck was I thinking? So, you may be asking yourself at this point in time, what the fuck does this video have to do with music or video games? And the answer is, it doesn't. I am a goddamn hypocrite at this point in time. Holy shit. So there's like some points, and I noticed there was the scroll bar. I was like, okay, there's some stuff here. And then I scroll down and there's literally paragraphs. So I'm going to take this time now to talk about things that actually occur and relate to my channel. So like I made a bunch of instrumental recreations and they're like, oh yeah, people actually love them, except if I try to ever do anything with them, I will get sued into the ground because they are not different enough. Right, go, I'll put the playlist right there. not different enough. Just take a gander at those. And then since all the tough months where every YouTuber starts out, they just get nothing, they just do videos and they just get nothing in return, and you're just like, alright, this is my life. If you're committed to this, you just gotta stick through it. And my videos are getting 1 or 2 views, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna quit. I made videos just because I enjoyed them. I never cheated. I didn't spam channels, to be like, oh, this is a great video. Well, you should come check out mine because I do stuff and blah, blah, blah. You've all seen those. And not being a douchebag or using the sub for sub or channel, like growing websites, like, oh, pay us $5 and you get 5 unique whatevers, and then you do this for free, and then you get subscribed to a whole bunch of people who then subscribe to you with our automated service, and not doing sub for sub unless I actually like their channel or they're like begging for sub. Then I'll be like, no. Even if I like their channel and they're just like on me constantly throughout, like me talking to them begging for the sub, even if I like it, if you're going to beg, you do not deserve that. Even though, to me, the number of subs you have is irrelevant to how many people watch or even see your video over a day or a month. And even through the overwhelming seas of hate that I got from, bam, nice and big on the screen, my most viewed video and most commented video of people spewing shit at me because I was, like 15 and I sounded like a 13-year-old girl. Let's watch a clip of that, shall we?
On the iPod, there is see, I've already started this. That. So you're going to need a razor.
When people try to insult you, what they're trying to do is bring you down to some lower level where you're subhuman, which is why you insult people, because you want to make them feel lesser about themselves, about whatever. And that's just hilarious to me, especially when people say that stuff about me. I'm like, you're a pretty funny guy. Have you thought about being a comedian? And they're just spewing hate all over my face, and I'm like, oh, your tears are delicious. Great gift, by the way. All over time, it was the slow surge of positive comments, like this one right here. So on that topic, for a very long time, and my goal was always to just enjoy making videos, hope somebody enjoys watching them. Like, that's the end goal. I'm gonna make this video regardless if people watched it or not. I couldn't give 2 fucks if no one watched a video that I spent 6 months making and it looks movie quality, like Blockbuster, double the earnings of Avatar. I could give less than 2 fucks if nobody watched that, because if I enjoyed it, but if no one watches it, I'm not gonna be like, oh crap, well then I spent all that time for nothing, and I just feel bad at myself and then never do anything again, because only quitters quit. So if someone else enjoys something I'm going to do regardless of them, that is just even more power to you, because you are the people that I want in my subs watching my videos. And since then I've received like at least 1 or 2 messages of the same effect, like, wow, this was amazing, like, you really made my day, like, and I only have 180 subs, and I'm getting those messages. It's about sending a message. This is all the channel has always been like, I'm going to dick around and record myself playing games, and I'm going to be an idiot and a fool and swear, and I'm going to make myself look like a tool. Hopefully not. Sometimes, though. And if you want to just watch me do that, and fucking high five. Like, let's be buds. I intended on making a video like this, similar, but much more like personal, deep-seated issues related, and much less about myself and more about the YouTubers that I watched to help me and why I started, and and stuff for my 1000th video special, which of course wasn't actually my 1000th video because it was like the crappy like vlogs that I ran around my school. So at this point, when I was going back months, let's keep going back months, probably like this time 2014, maybe even earlier. I'm gonna do this for my 1000th video special. And then I sat on it, the idea, and I was like, well, why? I haven't accomplished anything special that other people can't accomplish with the same amount of time. Did you know that I have Eagle rank in scouting? But I am a first degree black belt. I made a logo for a website. Yeah. No one is ever going to see that or know that I did it. But I did one. You can do that. Enough time, somebody to do it with. One of my friends that I met through one of those games that I played, I was like, hey, is anyone a graphic designer? I need something simple and kind of artsy and stuff for the logo of this website that I'm helping to build. And I was like, sure, dude, I can totally do that. And he was like, here's money. I was like, nah, shit, keep it. There's nothing that I have done that anyone who is watching this video can't do, but there's nothing that I have done that anyone watching cannot do and go out right now and do in some similar fashion with enough time, any shred of dedication. There's nothing, nothing that I have done. That's why I never talk about my accomplishments, because anyone can do them. And I was planning on talking about my experiences and the specific YouTube content creators who helped me find this love, and with my life along, I kept asking myself, it always seems like a forced topic, and anytime you force anything, it's always like so obvious. Even to me, when I watched videos and things were like forced, like reactions are so easy to find. They're like, oh my god, there's the thing here. Like, you need to cut the fucking shit out. Yeah, you better watch out. I am trained in karate and I will kill you with my left thumb. Couldn't say that with a straight face. That's another reason that I never wanted to do scripts, because then I would just be, oh yep, no, I'm reading, and maybe it's different for some other people, but when I read stuff, there's no real like actual emotion like I'm doing now. I'm not reading the script because it doesn't say like, oh, I'm not reading the script right now, because that would be really kind of weird actually. I want everything to be genuine, so I just forced stuff is just, it really kills me to put anything that's forced on my channel. Games that I have watched other people play. A recent example, Markiplier. My friend was like, oh yeah, and he played this game, which I have played, called The Static Speaks My Name. I just moved the microphone. And I've played that game. All of my reactions were genuine because that's how I reacted when I watched the video. So they were not forcing some fake reaction, it was just me retelling my reaction, like, find out what to do with the man in the cage. What? Literally how I reacted in the video and when I watched his video. Sometimes they don't explore all the things in the video, so I'm like, oh, they didn't do this. I'm really curious about this. Let me go look at this stuff. Like the room with all the paintings and things that I thought when I first saw them on the screen as they were talking. And yeah, I'm still going to record this because you know what? My reactions are still going to be genuine, mirrored, I guess. Because they were my genuine reactions. I'm just telling them to you again. So I waited on that 1000th video. And I waited. And a year finally passed. And I waited again, and I waited again. And I waited. And here we are now as the result of that first video where I thought I'm going to do something special for everyone here. For anyone who's ever watched my videos, who have ever clicked on my videos, who have ever said, oh wow, this guy's an asshole, this video is pretty bad, wow, why am I even fucking watching this? Anything. If you have ever even seen them, like, scrolling through, like, oh, this guy did that, alright, which one should I watch? Like, even if you've ever seen my videos, or given any thought to ever, for a second, clicking on it and watching any of it, thank you. You could have easily just been like, oh, yeah, whatever. Let me just get to the popular people who are playing this game, and if you looked at mine and you're like, oh, alright. And like for a split second you're like, maybe I should click on that. thank you for that. Most of the people who do stuff on YouTube don't even get that. Like that half split second, like, oh, maybe I will, but then you just move on, and it's, you know, you kind of forget, and it's like in the back of your mind, and it's kind of sad in a way that we're small YouTubers like me are just like begging for like that split second, like, oh, maybe I'll do this, and that's like our pinnacle of success, while big YouTubers are like, wow, only 500,000 people watched my latest video, and it's been out for a week. I must be doing something wrong. Like, it's really sad in a way that we have to just like work our asses off for just that split second. But I really do want to thank everyone. If you have watched any part of this, you watched the beginning and you're just like, oh, alright, it's kind of depressing. I don't know if I want to watch this, because I was kind of in a good mood eating my mac and cheese. Like, what else is on the YouTubes today? Like, fine, I thank you for watching my video. A lot of people just don't know who they are. We all just think too much and we feel too little. Like, we're all 8-bit minds in a terabyte world. We do, that's so true. I'm going to think about this, and I don't give a fuck about you and your stuff. And there are tons of people who, not even teenagers, who go through the whole like teenage what the fuck, I'm having an existential crisis and I can't even say the word, and my balls haven't even dropped and I still sound like a girl, and what are girls, they're kind of weird. Not even those people. Like, I can't even make sense of who I am, who I think I am, who I thought I was, who I probably will think I am in the future. Tomorrow, 10 minutes from now, as I'm reading down the script and decide to go back and go, oh no, I actually want to put this in here because it's now suddenly relevant to the video. Who the fuck knows who I'm going to be in 10 minutes? I don't. My neighbors don't. You get the point. I don't know who Chris is supposed to be, so I'll just spout whatever I need to in order to get me through the next day that needs to be done, and I'll do whatever needs to do to entertain myself, to not put a bullet in my head, to get just to the next day so I can continue enjoying life. And you hear people say things like that all the time, and you hear people say things that are supposed to be motivational all the time, and people say motivational things, and then you or somebody else or a lot of people think you actually understand that, and then you truly believe that you actually understand it. And then eventually, there comes a time, at the end of the day, now you're this thing that's revolving around the belief of something that wasn't half true to even begin with. This is how you have a happy life. You do motivational things, you do stuff that makes you happy, you take walks at 6 a.m. to watch the steam rise off the grass, which is actually really cool. I just talked about motivational things and how people think they understand them, and how I say I truly understand them now, which is probably not even close to how they're actually supposed to be meant, because I don't actually understand them like I just said. But I will say it anyways. The weights. One of the surest ways to live is to be, and my life fucking sucks, but if it's a failure, even if you lose, you never lose the lesson. Even if almost every single day was viewed as a failure, I do it all the time. I used to do it constantly, every waking moment of my existence. And now it's just like, wow, that kind of sucks. Spiraled the video out of control for another 45 minutes. I was making bratwurst, 4 a.m. in the morning. I spent a half an hour playing with the steam rising out of the pot. And I was happy for that half an hour. I was just fucking dicking around with the steam that naturally occurs because of science coming out of this pot while I was making my bratwurst, and it was good. Literally the tiniest thing that you can do any day has the most exponential happiness that day. Anything. You could go for a 5-minute walk around your goddamn house and something's gonna happen, and it's gonna be like, wow, this was an awesome day just because of that 5-minute walk where I stubbed my toe. The smallest things have the largest potential to produce happiness for you. So in the script, I say, if you want to read more of my hard life grips or slightly depressing real life thoughts, you can find them here on the Pastebin link. I would say it's a worthwhile read. If you watched everything up to this point, you'd be like, wow, the opportunities that were just like mind-blowing for other people that I was just like, well, I don't know if I want to do that, so I'm just gonna throw that away. And there goes free stuff I could have been getting. So we all walk that path, the terrible, cruel path. It has its twists and turns and stuff. And then we all walk the path alone, regardless of how much we like to think that there's other people walking the path with us, and then it's like, oh yeah, Greg's a schmuck. Fuck that guy. It's really tempting to just judge other people. Every single path that we walk bends us into some horrid, damaged soul. The best sentiment we can give to those people that we are tempted to judge is that one day they'll find a better, easier, happier, more loving, more forgiving route or path to walk, which will let them be free. Everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind, always. And it's that realization that once you really love something that's very grenade in nature, any moment it's just gonna explode in your face, spitting into the wind, and you're gonna be nothing, and you're gonna be set back like 5 years. Only then do you understand the foolishness of trying to save other people from... Only then do you understand how foolish it is to try to save the people around you. So, I have to say, thank you all. All of you. I said this before in the video. Like I said before, all of you, whether this is the first video you've watched, or you have literally done me the greatest service you can ever have and watched every single one of my videos from start to finish. Thank you for that. Thank you for all that you do as a viewer, for watching this, for, like I touched on before, how sad it is that we're all small YouTubers begging for that 1 second where you even thought about just maybe clicking on it to see like how bad it was. For whatever reason, you decided for that split second to click on the video. I want to thank you for that. Watching any of my videos, regardless if it's the first or the 1000th or the 5,000th in a couple years or whatever. Even if this was the first and last video you were ever going to watch by me, because you're like, wow, this guy's got some shit going on. And now whenever I watch any of his games or music videos, and where he's just being happy and just dicking around, I can't get the depressed, like, serious guy out of my mind from that video I watched. Fine, thank you for watching this video. Really, thank you for that. I really could not care less how many videos you have watched of mine, as long as they've made some sort of impact on you before you go off and you never hear from me again. I'm just glad that for a split second you thought my video was worth watching amongst the billions of other videos on YouTube. The links for everything I talked about were below. I do stream games here, and my Twitter. They're there, and the music for the SoundCloud is here. All the links for everything is going to be in the description. Sure that I forgot to say something. And then after this, I'll think of it. One time a friend told me, bro, I'm sure that you said all the right things. You always do when it counts. This has been me as myself at home. Thank you so much for all you do as viewers. I will see you next time in my next video. Goodbye.